Just a simple error of moving the shuffle in the feet.
3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half. Craig, a lot of patience on offense to get the open man, Chris Romstad.
Oh, a nice look ahead pass.
Beloit staying way outside. We're down to 3 minutes now in the first half. Nice shot, number 52, Casey Murray. But the rebound comes to Dan Cruz. Beloit Purple Knights, they're gonna try long, in and out. That's number 25, Josh Foster. Back come the Craig Cougars. Saunders gonna try it himself as he holds up on the baseline. On the other end, nice play, Mel Barberry. So it's 20-15, a 5-point lead for the Craig Cougars. And tonight's game is brought to you in part by O'Leary Dental Office. Kevin and all the staff are proud to sponsor high school sports. Call O'Leary Dental at 758-2004 for complete dental care for children and adults with evening appointments available. A member of the American Dental Association, O'Leary Dental, located at 2004 West Court Street, right near the rolling pin. So call Kevin today at 758-2004 for complete family dental care. O'Leary Dental Office right here in Janesville.
And right now, Suter called a 20-second timeout just to get things kind of organized here for the last 2.5 minutes of the first half. And Beloit comes out in a 1-3-1 zone trap to maybe just give a different look to Craig.
And Craig trying to adjust to it, looking it over. And they're going to put Byers way outside, back over to Saunders. Byers floating in toward the paint, back outside, so that'll open it up, and a shot, and the foul. Brent Jerome with a shot and a foul makes it 22-15, a 7-point lead for the Craig Cougars.
Well, nice body control, nice ball control, moving the ball from his right to his left hand and doing a nice job of finishing it off. Just getting it up on the glass to give it a chance to go in.
Good, powerful play by the big center, Brent Jerome, 6'4" senior. Converts the three-pointer and makes it an 8-point lead for the Cougars. Beloit would be right in there if not ahead at some of those three-pointers they've attempted here throughout the first half landed. If even half of them landed, they'd be right in it. Three-pointer for Craig doesn't go. That was by number 34, Chris Romstad. Inside, Aubrey Lewis-Byers. He doesn't get the charge this time. He gets the foul, and I think they're going to call the foul on Darius Jones.
And over half of Craig's points are off of second chance and turnovers that Beloit has. And that really hurts going down the stretch when you can't knock down your 10, 15-foot jump shots.
Doesn't get the free throw, and there's an immediate whistle. That new rule, Joe, we've talked about in other games where they can't leave their position until the ball hits the backboard or the rim, was to prevent such things as just happened, immediate whistle.
That's a good point, Patrick. The new rule is that no one can leave across the line. It used to be just the shooter. Now it's everybody can't cross the line until the ball has hit the rim or the backboard. And I think it's a good rule, as you just said, to clean up what we just saw.
Beloit looking at the outside again.
Well, Beloit really needs to come up with a bucket here, and who else better to go to than Barberry, but he can't come up with one there with good defense from Craig.
Yeah, he was forced under the backboard by the defense of Craig, and then standing right in front of him was Aubrey Lewis-Byers, but down on the other end, Craig doesn't make it. Back on the other end where the Knights shoot and don't make it. So we've got a lot of action here with no baskets. But this one in the paint, doesn't go, gets his own rebound. I think Brent Jerome in there fighting for that.
Right now, being down 10 points, Beloit from Craig, they really need to settle down and maybe just get a bucket or two here. Try and get a bucket here, get a stop, and then go for the last shot of the half, and maybe pull within, single digits here of Craig, because otherwise it's going to be a tough road back to start the second half with Suter making adjustments.
Under a minute, 54 seconds to be exact, and it is a 10-point game, as Joe just mentioned, 25-15 in favor of the Craig Cougars.
And instead of good happening for Beloit, Craig forcing the turnover with a good trap at half court.
Saunders across court, 46 seconds. Oh, a nice play. Again, that works. That was Luke Kuehne. And just like before, he got the feed from Aubrey Lewis-Byers and patiently waited for the defense to drift by him before he took the shot.
Well, half of that assist should go to Saunders for skipping that pass and getting a wide open look inside.
They're going to go long again, our Beloit. This time, Dwan McAllister. He's made one or two of those, but not this time. They tried to alley-oop it into Lewis-Byers, but getting in the way, a Beloit Purple Knight, that was Tamaris Rutherford, gets down the other end, and we got something happening here with a whistle with 6 seconds left in the first half.
Kind of a sloppy end in the last minute and 6 seconds for both teams, and I think coaches are probably going to use that going into the locker room to kind of clamp down on their players and say, hey, we got to clean this turnover and bad play up.
Both teams plagued by turnovers, but it has hurt Craig the least, as they've got their powerful tandem in there, Saunders and Aubrey Lewis-Byers, and they've gotten some good play this half from Luke Kuehne and from Brent Jerome. So it's been a good half for the Craig Cougars. We were at 0 on the clock, but as they're just announcing, there's a tick or so on the clock, and they'll correct that hopefully. I don't know how much is left on the clock. We're playing at zeros, and just enough time to do that. So the half ends with a shot by Luke Kuehne, and it's a 12-point lead for the Janesville Craig Cougars out in front of the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights by a score of 27-15 on Big 8 basketball on Marcus Media Sports.
Let's Talk Sports returns to Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. on Marcus Cable Channel 20. LTS is brought to you by White House Restaurant, Kryptonite Collectibles, Pizza Pit, Cypher Furniture and Bedding, Paul Revere's Pizza, and the Diamond Center. Marcus Cable wants to thank our customers who participated in our recent holiday campaign. Over 800 toys and $3,000 was collected and donated to nonprofit organizations in many communities. Thanks again for making the holidays brighter for others. Tonight's basketball game between Beloit and Craig is made possible through the advertising support of these sponsors. There's Blackhawk Technical College, the Diamond Center, O'Leary Dental Office, Budget Truck and Auto Body, the Janesville Gazette, Slant Tracks Video, Lee Sadler and Associates Better Homes and Gardens, Rock County Appliance and TV, Culligan Water, Fish and Stuff, Nate Nelson's Allstate Insurance, and New Life Assembly of God.
Right here, right now, every day, the Gazette. Right here. Right here. Right now. Right now. Every day. The Gazette.
You know, reading the Janesville Gazette together. Of course, it might just be for a short time. The Janesville Gazette, right here, right now, every day.
Having a Culligan water conditioner is great. I use about half the soap I used to. Saved a ton on my water heating bill. And I've even heard a Culligan water conditioner will get my kid cleaner. Though I wouldn't know about that.
For over 50 years, people have trusted the Culligan man to solve almost all their water problems. So trust the experts. Call Culligan.
Hey, Culligan man.
Right now, you can rent a Culligan water conditioner for $10 a month for 6 months during our special trial offer. Call now for better water for pennies a day.
From diamonds to gold, you'll find a whole lot more. The Diamond Center, we're your jewelry superstore. When you're looking, look to us. We have more of what you want with the service you can trust. From diamonds to gold, you'll find a whole lot more. The Diamond Center, we're your jewelry superstore.
Why should you make Rock County Appliance and TV in downtown Janesville your appliance store? We offer the largest selection of appliances and electronics in southern Wisconsin, and through our buying group, we have the purchasing power of 1,500 stores. This means we pay less, so you pay less. Guaranteed. You get delivery of your new appliance and even disposal of your old free. And should you need service after the sale, our fast professional technicians will be there. All at Rock County Appliance and TV, open Sundays noon to 4.
Welcome back again to Janesville Craig High School. We're going to start out the second half here with the Janesville Craig Cougars leading the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights by 12 points. It's 27 to 15. And in the first half, it was a lot of turnovers and a lot of missed shots by the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. Craig having some turnover problems, but they overcame those with the shooting and the assist work of, as we predicted, Dan Saunders to Aubrey Lewis-Byers.
You hit it right on the head, Patrick. The shooting percentage for Beloit behind the three-point line is one that Beloit coaches are probably concerned with. I do believe that Beloit's going to settle down, and I think they're going to knock down some of them shots in the second half. Their defense is there, but the one thing they must not do is turn the ball over. Craig got 13 points off of Beloit's turnovers, and that's got to change in the second half for them to have a chance here tonight.
Beloit gets the first possession of the second half. Going the other direction now as Beloit shoots toward the basket on the right of your screen. Craig goes to the basket on the left of your screen.
And Craig coming out in a 1-3-1 zone with Aubrey Lewis. Normally you would have a guard down low, but Aubrey being so quick and such a good rebounder, they want him down below. Beloit, again, they got to find a way to score out against this Craig zone, or otherwise Craig will probably stay in it 80% of the time in the second half.
They have had their troubles getting it inside, thus the profundance of outside shots. Mel Barberry with the ball thinking of a long shot, but he was covered by Aubrey Lewis-Byers. Getting in and making a nice shot that doesn't go to Maris Relaford. Rebound to the Craig Cougars. Sanders to Aubrey Lewis-Byers.
Lost control for just a moment, but got back that control and did a nice pass behind his back to Aubrey Lewis there.
Relaford handling the ball at the point guard position for the Purple Knights. They're moving it around. They got it on the baseline. There was nothing there. Gonna try another long one, but a rebound. Mel Barberry for two on a long miss by Josh Foster. And Beloit has 17. It's 29 points for the Craig Cougars, who maintain their 12-point lead with 6:25 left in the third quarter. So starting out a little slower here in the second half. A little slow down. We were running and gunning in the first half.
Well, I think that Beloit settled down, and they're going to pick and choose of what shots they're going to take and what shots they're not going to take in this second half. against that Craig zone. And Beloit coming out in a 2-3 zone, and Craig probably going to be pretty patient, trying to get Murray open for a 3, and they do so.
Murray doesn't make it though. And
Brent Jerome with a nice rebound, the second chance points for Craig.
There's a shot that goes from the outside, a baseline for Josh Foster. That's only a 2-pointer, it's 31-19. So since we've started the second half, it's been a 12-point lead for the Cougars. They're trading baskets. Aubrey Lewis-Byers outside, and a nice move. Doesn't go on the shot though for Brent Jerome. And coming up with the rebound is the Purple Knights. I didn't see who got the rebound there, but they're gonna go long again, off the rim, fight for the rebound, lands in the hands of Casey Murray. That was Foster with the miss. And Dan Saunders with the scoring. Craig Cougars receive a turnover and try to do that again with Sanders in the middle.
Beloit kind of losing control. They need to push it up after a made basket from Craig or a miss. But again, they must be in control, and they were not there. They turned the ball over again to Craig, and as I said from the outset, they must not turn the ball over, or otherwise Craig could turn this into a long high point run against Beloit.
A long 10-mile bus ride to Beloit. You know, I touched on earlier about the Badger Classic. Craig Cougars went there on the 26th day after Christmas. They beat Madison West 69-60, sank their first 7 shots, shot 52% from the floor, and 27 points from Aubrey Lewis-Byers. And that held off a West comeback in the fourth quarter, which forced overtime. So with all of those high stats, West still came back, forced a tie, went in overtime. Ultimately, the Craig Cougars did win by 9. And then in the second game of the Badger Classic against Whitefish Bay, they lost 44-41 as Whitefish Bay scored the last 11 points of the game. That's a heartbreaking game to lose. On the other side, Beloit Memorial Purple Knights last played on the 20th of December, a non-conference game which they lost 59-40 to Rockton Hononegah. So West had their big players in there. Those
and Reese Gaines just coming back for his first game off of injury, so that was just probably a warm-up game for his season.
And Aubrey Lewis-Byers scores 2 on the out of bounds, coming out of the timeout with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Barberry, yes.
And Beloit coming out with a press.
And Craig answering it with the pass. Aubrey Lewis-Byers sending it back to a trailing player, and then 2 Purple Knights hit the floor and will be charging.
Patrick, that call was, the ref was almost ready to put his hands on his waist as a block, but he put his, he kind of moved him up his back and put it on the back of his head and called a charge on Craig.
Couple charging calls now on the Craig Cougars. Team fouls not a factor in the first half, and we've got 2 team fouls apiece right now.
Again, Beloit's defense keeping them in this ball game, but they need to start making some shots, and I'm talking other than Barberry scoring here. Someone else has got to pick their offensive game up here for them to have a chance.
Casey Murray committing a second foul, gives the ball to the Beloit Purple Knights, trying to do something with it, lose control in the paint. And hey, look what I found. Casey Murray picks up the ball, back on offense, the Janesville Craig Cougars. Turnovers have been the downfall of the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights in this game. They are down by 14 points. They came in a half down by 12, and we're about halfway through the third quarter.
And by no means is Craig dominating this game. Beloit just not able to knock down any shots from the outside, and therefore Craig is just going to pack it in and rebound and make him hit from the outside.
Craig doesn't make the long ball. Casey Murray fight for the rebound inside. Aubrey Lewis-Byers had it for a brief time. And then a foul, the third on number 25, Josh Foster, starting forward, 6'3" junior.
And Brad Allred checking in for Craig did a nice job of just tipping the ball, keeping it alive off the backboard so Aubrey Lewis could come back and get the rebound, and now a chance to hit both free throws.
That's one from the free throw line out of 2 shots for Aubrey Lewis-Byers, and the Craig Cougars are out on top 36-21. A 15-point lead, their biggest of the game. And they've maintained the lead since it was tied at 2 points very early.
And as all of the Craig kids are good free throw shooters, Aubrey shooting well over 80% for the free throw line, the charity line this year, and that's one thing Bob Suter has always stressed over the course of his coaching career at Craig. Free throws are a must.
Saunders to Aubrey Lewis-Byers on the baseline.
That was all set up by a nice fake by Saunders to the right wing to swing it, and it opened up, made the defense shift to Beloit, and then a nice dribble penetration and a kickoff to Aubrey Lewis, and you just can't say enough about that combo right there where they're just 1-2 punch.
Yeah, that is a 1-2 punch, and they've been using that a lot all season. A three-pointer goes. Demarius Rellerford, the point guard for the Purple Knights, and pass inside to Aubrey Lewis-Byers was intercepted by Darius Jones, and coming back and scoring, number 44, Mel Barberry for the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights, and I think he's going to get the shot and the foul. So a three-point conversion opportunity. And that's a first foul on Brad Orrit in the game here in the third quarter, a 6'4" senior.
And Darius Jones on defense for Beloit did a nice job of just gathering himself in the paint down there against Craig. Tipped the pass, came up with it, did a nice outlet up the middle, and Beloit converted into 3 points.
Yes, they did. Mel Barberry doing the honors, and it is 27 points for the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights, 39 for the Janesville Craig Cougars, who are on offense. In the third quarter here, there's 3 minutes left.
Beloit right now picking the defense up a little bit, full court, maybe trying to get Craig out of their set offense, not giving them as many good looks.
Giving him a nice 2-3 zone, very disciplined one, are the Purple Knights. So Saunders is going to launch the three.
Only a 2 they counted, foot on the line.
41-27 Cougars. So good defense by the Purple Knights, but the Craig Cougars make the long one, then the Purple Knights turn it over. Barberry slams Aubrey Lewis-Byers. That'll be a foul. But Aubrey Lewis-Byers is going to have to earn it from the line. He had it all the way. He was in the air.
Well, Darius Jones is only a sophomore. He started for one reason and one reason only. He's a very good rebounder, and he's a big body that can play with Aubrey Lewis down low. Aubrey is very strong and a tough rebounder offensively and defensively. And Darius Jones doing a fine job of getting back and just collecting himself, and a little less body, and he would have had a fine block.
Yeah, Darius Jones going out now with 3 fouls, but you're exactly right. That was like the clash of the Titans there underneath the basket as they collided.
Each of them averaging probably well over 250 pounds each.
Yeah, Darius Jones coming off a fine football season for the Purple Knights.
And again, he is only a sophomore, quite an athlete.
It kind of reminds you of Aubrey Lewis-Byers when he was a sophomore just last year. Actually, Byers has been dominating since his freshman year, and he's just gotten better and better. And if he gets any better than this, they'll be dangerous next year. Nice play by the Purple Knights to get Mike McKinley 2 points.
Saunders showing his quickness, going right by the Beloit defenders. And that's one way to break the press, and maybe the best way to break the press if you got that quickness and can dribble right through there.
Well, nothing doing there for the Cougars, so they kick it back out, reset. Now they're going inside, and a turnover. Beloit coming up with the ball. Tamarius Rutherford, and another turnover right back to the Janesville Craig Cougars. And I believe that was Brent Jerome that came up with that turnover. So we're down to a minute 48 seconds left here in the third quarter, and it's a 42-29 lead for the Cougars.
This Beloit team is a very young team. They play 3 sophomores quite a bit, and by far Barberry is their best ball player, but their next 3 are very young and very talented, and with that youth, I tell you what, they're only going to get better throughout this year, and by the end of the year they will be very tough to beat and going through the tournament.
And a nice play and a score, Luke Kuehne. And he's been in off and on off the bench and has done some good things for the Craig Cougars. Well, Beloit was the Big 8 champions 2 years ago under Coach Bob Cerniglia, their present coach. They're facing their potential Big 8 leader here this year. According to everyone, the Craig Cougars are favored, either them or Madison West, but don't discount this Beloit Memorial Purple Knights team. They're at 3-0 coming in and still have a chance in this game.
And Bob Suter very unhappy with that turnover. I think he wanted to hold for a last shot or a very good shot. Beloit turning up their defense though, but lacking that offensive punch again.
Yeah, the defense for Beloit has been okay. That's what they've been missing. They needed that from Tamarius Rutherford, a 5'8" sophomore starting pointing guard, but Craig answers right back with number 24, Brad Orritt. Coming back the Purple Knights. A nice arcer up there, takes his time and tipped in by number 25, Josh Foster. The shot by Tamarius Rutherford was just bouncing around the rim.
That's that slashing, rebounding that Beloit has been known for over the years. They just slide in there through a defender and get that tip or a rebound.
30 seconds left in the third quarter. And it was a 12-point lead coming in, and Craig leads by 12 now. They're going to go for the last shot of the third here and maybe move their lead to 14, but a lot can happen. Turnovers can happen. Fouls can happen.
Right now, Beloit just wants to make Craig.
And a turnover happened, and we got 3 seconds left. Score it. Tamarius Rutherford, and that is how the third quarter is going to end, with the Beloit Purple Knights moving to within 10. It's 46 for the Janesville Craig Cougars and 36 for the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. You're watching Big 8 basketball on Marcus Media Sports.
New Life Assembly of God in Janesville is your Sunday family gathering place. We are serving the Janesville area as a family church that welcomes you. There's still room for you and your family. Not only will you feel the difference, it will make a difference in your life, in your marriage, in the lives of teenagers and of children. On the corner of Wright Road and Highway 14 East, we worship together at 8:30 and 10:30 a.m. and on Sunday evening at 6:30 p.m. Make New Life Assembly of God your Sunday family gathering place.
No one wants to think about an accident, but deer vehicle accidents are at their peak this time of year, and they can happen to anyone. At Budget Truck and Auto Body, we offer one-stop shopping for all your collision needs, from minor dings and repainting to complete totals. We are the repair shop of choice for all leading insurance companies and offer computerized estimates from 3 estimate software systems. With our fast turnaround time and a 5-year guarantee on all of our work, why go anywhere else? Budget Truck and Auto Body, West Avalon Road, Janesville.
Craig Cougars leading by 10, starting the fourth quarter. It's 46-36, and the Cougars go up by 12, where they started the half on a shot by Aubrey Lewis-Byers. Got a frog in my throat there.